Where the fuck were we? Have mail. Big Orion J. Okay. And yeah, but we're not reading any of that. Like, no one wants to talk to these people anyway. If you want to see the story, watch Asmon. It's actually very fun to watch. What am I doing here? Oh yeah.
Hi, a sexy man.
Hello, Ellie. I don't know who you are talking to. Okay, we've done World of Darkness already. That's good. I don't have any recognition of that, but sure. To Mimo. Uh-oh. God. To me. Oh god, it's so hectic. It's your boy, Eldebus. Oh, took a second to load in. I'll just eat this beam. It should be coconut or socks. Coconut. Coconut is fine, yeah. Oh damn. I want spaghetti bowl. Oh, 2. Man, it's been a wild week. Like, there was so much going on. Like, especially work-related stuff. Like, yesterday I was just in office, and we had to shuffle around, like, 20 Euro pallets of devices. And let me tell you, when you're moving 20 Euro pallets of, like, 300-400 kilograms each, that shit sucks. Like, I can still feel it in my arms. Wait, who are these guys? I thought all ASEANs have names and are like important people. Those are just normal bimbos. Gremlins? Well, they're certainly not real ASEANs. Maybe it's so early in the game that Square Enix didn't even consider what it is. Alright, Elvis. Screw you too. Let's go. Ray return. And like this weekend, I think it was the weekend, like I heard someone cry from my balcony. I was like, First I didn't really react, and then I was like, I might as well check. And I followed the voice, and it led me to like, it's like a field. It's like, I don't know what they're planting there, but it's like about a meter tall, so you can't really see into it. And I hear this, I fairly located, and I'm like, okay, definitely here. And I'm like, hey, are you okay? And the person, I don't know, it was a very like high-pitched voice. So either it was a boy or a woman or Mimo, and just said, yeah, don't worry. And I asked, it could be the mind goblin, to be fair. And I asked, you want to talk? No, it's okay. And kept crying. I was like, it's not good. And you heard it like the person run basically through the field away, and was like, okay, I'm definitely not gonna do that shit. So I went home and I told Ellie, and I was like, the fuck am I doing now? I was like, call the police. Because I sure as hell am not running into a field after a person that cried. So I called the police. I'm like, well, there was a person crying in the field. They're like, okay, we're gonna investigate this. And like half an hour later, I get a phone call. It's like, can you come down real quick and show us where? And I showed them. And they have like these flashlights. And I'm not talking about like a normal ass flashlight that you shine like this. It's like they click like this and the entire neighborhood goes bright. But obviously there was nothing left because it was half an hour ago. But I suppose I did what I should have. No idea what really happened. Not really my deal, I suppose. But it's still weird because, like, it's a good 100 meters away, and I'm sitting here at my setup. I didn't have the headset on though, and I was able to hear it through the balcony. So that was just... It was really a painful crying. It's not just like... Oh! No, that was like really loud and pained. Like Mimo when his favorite anime waifu died. Like that kind of crying. Like, you know, like something bad. No, yeah. Of course not. Of course. Over here. Oh, it's Ishlotta. Mm-hmm. Did you boil it for an hour this time, though? Okay, where's Thalakret? But we're going with the original names now. The OG names. It's so funny watching... And it's crazy how much of a... Like a personality switch that Asman has. Because I always watched him like on and off a little bit. But watching him play Final Fantasy and actually following it is pretty much amazing, because he's respecting the game, he is putting in the effort to learn things. And he's not getting carried, because you can't get carried the way he plays it right now. Because he's doing minimum item level, and he is doing he did all the coils in every single extreme trial that he could by now. And the thing is, most people don't even bloody know how to do the old extreme trials anymore, so let alone coil. Who the fuck knows how to do coil? I know the first 9, but that's it. Because that's where I basically failed. And I know all the extremes because I did those back in the day and I won them all. To this day, Zurban is the only one that I did not beat on item level because fuck, what was it called? Soar. Fuck Soar. Soar is a mechanic that was so incredibly punishing that it ruined the fun for me in that trial. Every other, like Sephiroth, which was supposed to be more difficult, I did on item level. Zurvan is the demon, the one with the demonic horse, which is kind of melted to his body. Okay, Ishlotta is mining. Oh, all of them are piss easy unsync. But he even did Moogle Extreme, and that's a rough one. That is really a rough one because of how chaotic they are. Yeah, you need to know like blue and green light, for example. But Sephiroth was doable with 4 paladins at level 60. The extreme. As long as you had the 270 gear, which outgeared him quite a bit. And it wasn't smooth or anything, like it required you to do the mechanics wrong, but use hollowed ground in order to negate the one-shot part of it. Ugh. Was outside. But yeah, like Sephiroth was one of my first extremes where I was really like going balls deep because I loved it so much. I loved the music, I loved the fight itself, the difficulty, and everything was perfect about that. And yeah, I still want to when Endwalker comes out, I want to win the first raid tier. Whatever it's called, I want to do 1, 2, 3, and 4 Savage. Just so I can prove myself that if I actually put my mind to it, I'll do it. But I want a this. I want like a serious team. I want one in which if I fuck up 10 times, they kick me, basically. But I can also expect the same thing for another person. Basically, I want like a team that is not like, okay, so we have 2 bad players. It'll be fine. We only clear 1 and 2, but at least we have fun. Like, nah, man. I did that and it's okay. And as long as you know it, it's fine. But it's not what I'm expecting for it, because I want to clear all 4 of them. And while you can get away on the first 2 with suboptimal play, you usually do not get away with it on the 3rd and the 4th. And if I want to win it, then I have to put effort in, and the other people as well. So that's the thing. You are serious, Oscar. Shut the fuck up. But you know exactly what I mean. No, that is exactly not what I ever would want then. Because, and I've always said this, people always were like, can we have a FC static? I'm always like, no, absolutely not. Like, there is no way in hell that I'll make an FC static. Because people come from all kinds of levels. You have people who play this game for years, like me for some. Doesn't mean I'm good, but I have seen a lot of mechanics because I've done every single fight except for like the third and fourth raids in Savage difficulty or and the ultimate. But I've seen most mechanics, and the game usually doesn't give that many new mechanics. I know what a spread I know these things. I can wrap my head around what's going to happen. But then you have people who are fresh 80. They come in, they have never done an extreme trial, well, never done a savage trial, for example, and they struggle. Yes, Mimo, but the thing is, you can always help people, but you don't know their potential. Like, everyone is bound to a potential, I feel. You have a level on which you play, and for 95% of the things in this games, it's fine. But if you want to raid, you need to have the mindset for it. You need to have the mindset that you want to improve and that good is usually not good enough because you want to get better. No, it wouldn't be bad. You just look for a different kind of group. You would look for a starter group. And I would want to look for one that already has experience. You can always start in this game. That's the nice thing. And you're never too late. But if I go into a Savage raid, I'm expecting, for example, that the people do an optimal rotation, that they use pots, that they use food, that they are prepared, that they're on time. And if those things don't happen, then I'm like, nah. I mean, if... and that they know what a tank swap is. But enough of that. The thing is, I feel like the more friends I put into a group, that's usually the worse it gets. Because I want to succeed. And there's this part of me inside of me that is like, how do I describe this? I was a endgame player in Final Fantasy XI. To like a point where I would wake up at 4 a.m. because something happened at that time and I would have to be there. And where I would lead 30 people into events and stuff like that, and just all of that crazy shit. But the problem is, the moment you're friends with someone, you're like, I don't want to punish you. I don't want to talk down on you. I don't want to hurt your feelings. I'm not going to tell you that your DPS is shit. I'm not going to complain because you failed the same mechanic 10 times. But that's not the mindset you need if you want to succeed at something very difficult. You need to be able to communicate these things. you need to tell the person, hey, everything's cool, but if the same mechanic is gonna kill you another 20 times, then maybe find a way to not die to it. And if it's friends, that's really difficult for me. And it's even worse if it's an FC. Because the thing is, at that point I have two choices. Three. The first one, I leave. The second one, I kick them, and there's going to be fallout in the FC. And the third one, I continue raiding and I know I don't succeed. That's why will never be an FC static. I mean, sure, Mimo, if you want to, you can do some, like, for example, it's really good to do the extreme trials. And if you want to get good, or, well, then download FF logs, parse yourself, upload it, look at the number. It's gonna give you a rough estimate. Or take that parse, and it doesn't even need to be public. You take it and put it into FF Analytics. And that thing will tell you every single time you played suboptimal. And then you start working on these things. I did the same thing. You take it and you learn from it. No one starts out good. It's all just realizing the mistakes that you do and then just improving on them. Where's the last kid? And yeah, parsing is a very vital part of endgame because it gives you a direct information on your performance. It's a bit harder for... Yeah, but Mimo, do you understand the fights, or are you simply doing what people tell you? Also, welcome back, Ellie. Well, not welcome back, but hello, Ellie, after food. Oh, whoops. Search for dangerous. See, that's pretty good. Hades is mechanically challenging, but heavily outgeared now because, yeah. Based for... What level is he based for? Like 460? 470? No, not 470. 450? Something like that. $450? Yeah. It's 60 eye levels. Mimo, have you ever looked at The Balance Discord. That thing has really good openers. Like, I feel like if you're a raider, you should always have a look at the balance every now and then. Yeah. What class are you, Mimo? Dark Knight, right? I mean, tell me like the first 4 or 5 actions in your opener. Provoked. Oof. Okay. Well, do you start like ranged attack and then 1, 2, 3 combo, for example? Like, where do you put in the blood weapon? Like, it's these things. Why mage opener? Fuck off. It's casting. It's casting glare at 2.5 seconds and then fear, and then it's just glare. Because one of the goals for the Dark Knight opener is, by the time you do your 3rd combo skill, you already need to have the shadow image up. That's... Oh, God damn it, I did a whoopsie. That's why you basically break your fingers in the first few seconds, because you start with a ranged attack, then immediately get your dark side up by doing a off global and do the blood weapon. Then you do a slash, the first part of your combo. Then you do your ground AoE and a jump. Then you do the second part of your combo. You do another jump and another one of these dark side slashes. Do your third part of the combo, call your Dark Boy. Then you go into Delirium and do 5 Blood Spillers. And from then you just reset, continue. So it's super break your fucking hands-ish at the start. There's no Machinist triple weave. Well, if that's what you do, then great. And those openers work. Like, I think I did one... I'm not a good Dark Knight. I did one... what was it? Diamond weapon. And I think I got a purple pass on it without trying too much, actually. So once you understand the flow... E-Blast is not a weave skill. That's a GCD. Also, there's no need to Heat Blast, Gauss, and then Rico. Okay. Because it... No, not both. Why would you do both? Little shit. You only have time for one weave while in overheat. No, Mimo, you cannot. When you watched me go extreme, what about it? Hmm. Oh god, I tanked like Mimo? Fuck. I mean, there is only one rotation. There, no, that's not true. Like, there's a couple jobs that have two openers, or openers depending on how much time you have before a certain thing happens. Because a lot of fights have moments in which you either need to burst, or in which you need to, or in which you're not able to attack. So it depends a little bit on that as well. But I'm a paladin by now. Like, Dark Knight's fine, but I need to think when I do my rotation as a Dark Knight. I need to be like, okay, so what is up now? What can I use? When can I use it? When I play Paladin, I know what's up without looking at it. I know where the intervene comes up. I know where the what's it called? Circle of Scorn comes up, and Spirits Within. I know those things. But as a Dark Knight, I need to check like, okay, how much do I have left? Okay, so this comes up in a few seconds. I don't do this as a Paladin, which gives me more freedom to observe what's around me. Dark Knight for me has too many off-global things. That's just bullshit. Where is he? He? Ah. I mean, like I said, get the parser, parse, upload it hidden, see your rating, put it to FF Analytics, and then you will see, like, it's just what it is. Like, it's not like, oh, parse. Parsing gives you a direct view of yourself. That's why, I mean, even Yoshi P says he knows that Raiders parse, and he can't do anything about it because it's a crucial part of it. Two archers, really? Can I line of sight you? No, you shoot through the thing. Okay, of course you do. Okay, now you want to join? Why not? And parsing is not an inherently bad thing. Parsing just leads to bad things. I remember I told Ellie once why I'm not parsing, and it's like, it makes me sad. And then I parsed for a little bit, and I did for some. What was it? I think it was Machinist on Titan Normal, the Eden one. And if you see these bars, you get sad. You just straight up get sad when you see, because in a normal setup, you don't really have time to look at the DPS next to you. But when you realize they're constantly breaking their combos, they're not using buffs, you see that much clearer if you parse. And that's just, oof. It's just frustrating. And I don't want that. I just do my stuff. I do my deeps, and I'm okay with that. Looks like we're coming up on Leviathan. The thing is, subjectively, what is a good job, Mimo? Like, how much DPS is good? Well, don't dying is not a good thing, it's an expected thing. That's a difference. See, that again is it's an expected thing, not a good thing. No, you don't have to tell me, Mimo. I believe you. Mimo, you're a good player. You know what? Yeah, we're doing Hades together. I saw that. You show me the tank that you are. No. Still not working. The rules are written in the thing. You can say that. You can say that. Okay. I'm not saying that. But yeah, my goal, whatever the fuck it's called, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The aggro list means nothing anymore. You can be on the aggro list if you're a overheal spamming white mage. You can be on the aggro list if you're off tank. Just put it on because he did for the lols. The aggro list is just a basis, super basic thing of what, how much you do. Put it. Yeah, that's what I mean. You can just overdo it, like put Medica 2 on, and then yeah, you're good. Yeah, that's why I say get the parse and the analytics thing. Do I have a parse? I can. Hold on. I'll show you. We'll take the time. Can I get this? Okay, FF. It's not a log. Here, perfect. Okay, let me pull this over. Okay, so I basically have a log here. It's when I did my rating, and it's the second what's it called? The second Savage raid. I didn't do any of the other ones because I'm not good enough and didn't put enough effort. The number's blue, which means it's mediocre only. But I can take this log and put it in here. And here I see the people. And when I click on my name, it's gonna give me, it's gonna read the log. And it's gonna tell me my mistakes. I missed a Requiescat, I missed 2 Spirits Within, 2 Circles of Scorn, 6 Intervene. I did okay with my Goring Blade. My uptime was good. I missed 10 physical GCDs during a fight or flight, which is a major thing. The other ones are only medium or minor. And this basically tells me every single small mistake that I did. And where I used them. And how I should have used them. And where my DPS is. And this is what you want. You want to... Let's look at Asuka, that little shit. And this is where you see... Look at it. See? Uptime of dot orange. Asuka did not keep his dot up. Asuka has a horrible, horrible uptime. Oh my god. 2 minutes of Dia were lost. 43 problems with incorrect weaving. Oh my god. But yeah, this is basically what you want. You want to upload a log and then see these mistakes. And from these mistakes, you're going to be like, okay, it's 43 instances of missed weaving. Why is that? Because if I get banned, I get banned. I don't give a fuck anymore. Because if you have these instances of missed weaving, why is that? It's because the only way you know, shit. Because the only way you can weave as a white mage is after instance use like Deer or flower skills. But yeah. So much for that. And also we just talked for Mimo, who wants to be a raider. And we told him the best way on to see for himself where he can improve and where not. Because this is what it is. That's probably ancient old. That was maybe our first or second fuck you. That was our first or second kill. Yeah, it was from the start. Of course it was. Because I stopped doing it after that. I don't have a new one because we never parsed after that. I think there was Kai and Baby in that raid too, so it gives you an estimate of how long ago that was. Where the fuck am I going now? Also Heimer. Oh my god. Okay. I just wanted to show Mimo like that you can analyze all these things to like a very, very good point of view. Where you're like, okay, I should have done this. And if that log says you did good, then you really did good. But as of now, and because you're not sitting in like a vacuum where like, okay, it's a training dummy, I can just keep up hitting it. That's not a thing. Fuck's this? I mean, you can ask Asuka. I'm sure Asuka can... Or you ask me, yeah? About how all of this works. And this is... Like Mur says, this is what you do yourself. Once you have these numbers and everything, you're not going to be like, oi, dipshit. Because if you do that, that's toxic. And for that, you do get in trouble. Apparently. Imagine respecting Asuka. What do you mean by it taught you psychological things? Yeah. See, even Ellie agrees. God, oh, Noah. Wait, why is that? Oh, I don't want to zone here. Mindset? Yeah. And that's fine. Like, comfy rating is definitely a thing. It is. And I don't mind it. As long as I know it is. But if I'm like setting out and I say I want to win, and then it turns into comfy rating and it's like, can we not like, I wanna win. Then it gets annoying. Every type of playing this game is valid. If you never set foot in an extreme trial, that's valid. If you want to do only extreme and say that's the most difficult thing that you do, that's valid. Holding eye. Okay, we need to no, we did that. Oh, perfect. And if you want to do savage, that's fine. If you want to do only the first two savage like I do, it's fine. If you want to do all fine. If you're a crafter, that's fine. If you're a RP player, that's not fine, but doesn't matter. I feel like RP players are like the bottom feeders. Like they're bottom and just like. I'm just kidding. I love RP players. Did you know that this game has brothels? Amazing. Like the day the server data center opens, I'm gonna get Ellie and we go to a brothel. I just can't wrap my head around that being a thing. Don't worry about it, Mimo. I need a new ring. Oh, I got human answers. Yeah, whatever. Dum 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 dum. Also, the game wheel is still on, my boys. So, if you wanna get rid of some of your points and get a game, we can do that as well. The game wheel is only on for the first day of the week that I'm streaming, which is this. Yeah, that also comes up. We need to milk these points out of you guys. I'll drink after the fight. Come on, Dark Knight, come on. Let's go. Damn right I'm getting the Spire card. I have so many questions and I fear all the answers. Let's go. And now I'm getting the bowl card. Let's go, my dudes. So I like this. I like this. Astrologian is getting my commendation. It's probably a new player. Let's be real. Yeah, it's somewhat new. Has the Shadowbringer title though, so it's probably not that new actually. You guys don't need to help me, I enjoy killing the solo. Yeah, maybe. Now the Dark Knight got the Spire card for a moment there. Oh, you little shit. I'll do it. Even though I have the furthest way to run. The Wi-Fi song is so nice, but he dies so fast. Oh, I know why the Bard keeps dying. He attacks the wrong target. That's why it is. The Bard's killing himself. Yeah, whatever. Let's just go for the weapon. Good job, Ellie. You deserve that break. I shouldn't do this. It's just for the memes. Oh, Mimo, I don't know. Like it's like I said, the more friends I gather around me, the less likely I actually want to raid. I can allow Asuka because I know Asuka is like-minded, but I really don't know if I want more. Mm-hmm. Mimo. Yeah, but the Souls game, no one tells you that you play shit. The game just kills you. What if people told you? I don't know, like... I really don't want to make this like a big thing, and I'm not gonna stream e-rating or anything. I just want to go together 2 or 3 times a week for like 2 or 3 hours-ish, and just put my mind on it. That's what I want. Probably need to talk to Asuka about a couple more people. Extinct Wolf? Aww. Maybe Endwalker.
Can you please answer my question?
Endwalker, you know what EW is. I thought it was a joke. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, but I thought you knew. Sorry, my bad. Oh, no, you don't. You can hate Asuka. I will allow that. I will allow that. For sure. I will not only allow that, I will support that. I bought a new laptop today. I hate it. I didn't hate buying it. I hate choosing it. I'm so bad. No, Ellie. Don't drown yourself in the sink. Because I have no idea what all these numbers mean. It's like, okay. I just don't. Like, I had a graphic card that is like, its description is, it's good enough to play indie games on it. Just like, I know I did. Ellie is the one that saved me, basically. Yeah, I know that. PC building sim. But now I think it's a Asus Nitro that we bought. I'm okay with that. It has an SSD, 16GB RAMs, a 3060 graphic card, and Ellie said the other things are good too. So that's going to be Ellie's play toy for when she's here. Yeah. Let's check on the Katos. Hey? Das ist ein Bärchen. Mhm. Ancient relic. Like Bärchen. Oh, she wants back. Off you go. There you go, you little shit. Tetris skills. Hey, Raven, how are you doing? Raven is the only person with a name that's more edgy than mine. That joke will never not be funny to me. I mean, it can't be skipped. Oh, thank you so much, Raven. The wrong thing. Gonna cost us at least another 10 seconds, Bärchen. Got your water? I'm for water. Yeah! Got to cancel myself? What? Oh, you didn't want to sub, but it did it automatically. You little shit. Thank you anyway. Yoink. We'll put those €2.50 to good use for Bärchen. Hey, Paul scammed you. 84? Oh shit, I'm not that old. Let's see. My Bärchen, life's cruel. But yeah. That's awesome. So did you move in with your girlfriend yet? Or is that still on the to-do list? Yeah. Don't overdo it, Ellie. Oh, robot. Gives you a good goal. My Bärchen, we touch pause. No. Just touch, no lick. Just touch, no lick. No lick? I saw that.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Mm-hmm. No. Bärchen bad. Get a free bad. Also, I was playing RimWorld and there's a problem. The game... I played so much that I have like 16 colonists and now the game is lagging. It's basically unplayable because I scaled everything up to a point where I shouldn't, and yeah. Now it runs on a speed that is not fun. So I don't know, like that's one of my things. It's like, if I can do it, why should I not overdo it? And yeah, I did. So I downloaded a couple more mods because that always helps. And I think I need a ring. Yeah. Oh, Mimo died. Mimo got shot. That's basically the last thing that did happen. And now I'm playing a mod that basically creates challenges for you, like starter maps. And right now I'm playing a map that is basically in a jungle. There's like trees everywhere. And the problem of the map is it's spider infested. And we're not talking about like cute little spiders, we're talking about ones the size of a horse. Not here, goddammit. And the problem is that you have to wall yourself off like within like the first 2 minutes of gameplay. Because the spiders will not attempt to break the wall. But if you go outside, am I too stupid to find this red? But if you go outside, we'll just go from the other side. They will immediately run you down. So this has multiple consequences to the gameplay. For example, when a trade caravan comes in, they immediately get rushed down by like 40 spiders and die. So trading has become a little bit difficult. Same as finding steel, because you can't leave your place. Easy loot. Yeah, if I could get to it maybe. But if I go out, then I have the same problem. So it's that's the thing though. It always rains in that map, so fire always gets extinguished relatively fast. So I'm wrapping my hand around how to solve the situation, because these spiders are very, very strong, and you can't even expand because where do the people come from that join you? Like, they come from the side of the map and then run towards you. But by the time they try to get to you, they get eaten by the spiders. It is absolutely bullshit. Yeah. But I mean, it's basically a hardcore challenge. Like, when you select it, it says, this is basically a very hostile map and build a wall and never leave it unless you're ready. And it's pretty much what it is. So right now I'm trying to build like siege weapons to shoot over the wall. But even if I can, those goddamn spiders reproduce so fast. And if you don't want to know the worst about it, I broke my combo. Those spiders can eat grass. So they're not gonna run out of food either. So they're not even gonna starve when they have eaten everything. They're just gonna continue to eat grass. I did like 3 attempts so far. My first attempt was I stole some of their eggs, and I was like, okay, they're gonna spawn, and they're gonna spawn as my pets. And then I can maybe make some use of them. They did spawn, they did not spawn as pets. And 8 of these little baby spiders, freshly hatched, rocked my entire colony of 4 people. So I had to start over. The second time I did it, I was rushed down immediately. I couldn't even get the wall up. Yeah, but I need something. If I can get the spiders as my quote-unquote pet, then I can train them for combat and make the spider fight another spider. So that was the idea. But that didn't work. It is really, really bullshit. And there's multiple of these challenge maps. And where do I go now? So maybe I'll do that on stream too. Yeah. Yeah, you did okay. Yeah, and then you got shot. You were on a caravan. We had a quest in which we got a hint for a relic, I think. So we arrived at the site and everything was empty, so we went into the building and then suddenly we were ambushed by like 15 raiders. And they managed to kill like 6 chocobos and Mimo. Because I need to send someone. And I sent 5 people, so it wasn't just you. No, I wouldn't call it sacrifice, they just shot you through the head. No, you just died twice. Ellie died too again. We kept her dead this time. It also didn't help the lag that I started a second colony on that. So I had 2 maps. It was just too much for it to handle. We had like 50 animals, 30 robots that were running around, 16 villages. The game was just like, please do not, don't. And I was like, more? But yeah, I really overdo it every time. That sounds like me. What I was thinking about the spiders is maybe I can make a path, you know, the one with the traps, that's long enough to kill all 40 of them in one go. That's gonna be so bullshit. Chamber of Rule. And then I need to run out and smash all their egg clusters. Really bullshit. But there's multiple of these maps. Maybe I'll do a vote and then see which map people would want to see. I don't mind if you write it. I hate it when you speak it. That's just... Ugh. There's new folk. What new folk? In the FC? Do we need to kick them? Oh my god, even Mimo doesn't like it. There you go, Asuka. We get... Also, we still need to talk about the Mind Goblin in older. Oh, okay. Mind Goblin, die ist nuts, Asuka. Got him. Dr. Malfilia. Might need a clip of that. Yeah, I got Ellie too. That Mind Goblin is really good. It's one of my new favorite ones. Don't worry about it. Nemo, don't worry. Did you know that tanuki have really large balls according to Japanese folklore? They can use them as parachutes. Nah. Yeah, there's apparently a cartoon where they're flying around on their balls. But just the... What do you mean you don't know? Hold on. Wait, we have to. See? Where's the one that I mean? There, that's the one that I mean. Look at that. Mm-hmm. It's a tanuki. It's like a raccoon dog, I think. Is that the mind goblin? Very good. Maybe we can talk Ellie into making another clip show for us. Asuka, can you explain it to me more? Oh. I think he's just faking it. Also, Sukandis was the name of one of my geese, so don't talk about them. Like, every time I'm streaming, my nose is so itchy. I still don't know why. I wonder if I'm allergic to something. I'm allergic to streaming. He did! He told you multiple times, Mimu. Oh, there we go. That was quick. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Never mind. Mer's final form. Hmm. Still don't get why my nose is always itchy. It's a good song. Did you know if you position your way correctly, you can stay on uptime while hitting him? And he does that AoE. Also works on the Eden one. You always get weird facts. Oh, really paying attention. I think I broke my combo there too. Water? I suppose. Playing with one hand is not a good idea. Uh-oh. Kick me out, kick me out. Yes, stay, stay. Ah, fucking hell. Well, there goes the next half minute of the fight. It's okay. Oh, 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 oh. Yes, yes. So close. Oh. There we go. It's fine. This is the first time there's a mechanic like that. Yeah, almost. I tried. Ooh. I'm a bad player? Yeah. I like those guys. To be fair, lines usually run away from each other. I double stacked it? I didn't pay attention to that either. Oh my god. Nah, I'm not telling anyone anything. I'll be fine. It'll not be fine, it'll not be fine. Where did the tank go? Give me space, boys. What the fuck happens? Don't stand on top of. Stop! You Oh my god! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Please, guys, please! Oh no! Oh, this probably might kill you. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, I can solve it. 1, 2. No! No! 3, I solved it. Okay, the other tank has hate again. This one doesn't matter actually. Wiping on Ramu? Apparently. I like that the other tank is double weak. Let's go, my boys. That was a bit rough, wasn't it? Easy GG, boys. Sure, that one.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light.
Nice. Oh, bit off. Not even gonna lie. Da, 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 da. To be fair, the mechanic with the chain, usually there's two things to do with a chain. You either run to each other or run away from each other, which is the most basic instinct, but neither of those things works on this one. So if you see it the first time, it might be a bit confusing. Do I have the control skill unlocked? Should. Cool. Oh boy. Okay. Need to take these goddamn Eve rides. I keep forgetting them because I'm so used to having them. Let's take it. Mm-hmm.
You are return.
You are return. Yes. Vilya, we killed the next one. Maybe I should flag my stream as new player. I would just not acknowledge that I have like thousands of hours in this game. Which is no. By the way, have you guys seen that Quentin 69 person? Who is basically another of these, I think it's a semi-big one, not like a huge World of Warcraft players, who was like jumping on this Final Fantasy train right now there is going. And he played it to level 15 and did the first dungeon, and then was like, yeah, the story sucks. Story sucks. And he wants to do endgame. Like, he wants to go straight into Ultimate. So what he did was he bought a boost. And then he bought a boost to level 70. And then he did Savage 1 Omega, you know, Snacko. And that fight, yeah, where are my heals? I'll link it later in the Discord. But basically, he stood in all of the AoEs and blamed everyone but himself. And then he made a tweet like, yeah, Final Fantasy is not for me. He didn't like the weep aesthetics, the gameplay is laggy and unresponsive, and he's going back to World of Warcraft and doesn't understand the hype. I was like, okay, you do you. Final Fantasy is a little bit, yeah, it is, absolutely, 100%. Come on, my buffs are up still. Didn't think it would be that fast. Oh damn, he has Sword Oath. Oh, Mimo, Kugane is weeby. We're done? He dance. Oh, that's cheating. He has 2 stances on. How the fuck is that working? Care to explain? Those buffs are not even real anymore. Damn. I mean, it's not gonna make a difference. By the way, that is my noise, not yours. It's just my mouse changed the DPI thing. Is there a smoke? Yeah, there is. Because I have no idea what my livery is that I have right now. It might be... Okay. Oh yeah. Good shit, good shit. Could I use that already? I got the emote for bro fist. Now I can fist all my bros. Let's go. Well, all you need to do is recruit a friend. Or get a second account. Sure, give me that. Whatever. Why are the cuts so defeated today? Alright, now I need to double click. Gatos, what is up today? All the sleepy. Hmm. No, they really don't want cuddles right now. They just want to be left alone and sleep, I think. That's the other map. Yeah, sleep is good. I wanna sleep too. Luna, there's a fly here. You can eat it. Sleep stream? Absolutely not. Sleep stream is weird. Wow, thank you. Oh yeah, there is. There's a category for sleeping. Yeah, Ellie would do that, that's right. Odd Ellie. Oh, I hate that noise. The file on the iron, that's like... Oh, I hate it. She doesn't need to be like a ninja when I'm sleeping. Yeah, there is. I don't know why people would watch it. Maybe because someone just accidentally rips like a really loud fart. And then you have a clip. Damn, we should have a sleep. Shit. I'm allowed to. Like. See? You're a creep too, Mimo, for saying that. So guys, a creep too. Cool. But. It was Hank. Right? Yeah. Just a side character. Such is life. I'll take the peach above one. They're the worst anyway. Peach? I'm on a roll today. Wait. Oh, he's in the airship. Why is he there? I mean, I shouldn't ask anything about the story considering we're skipping everything. Honk indeed. Thank you, Evolving Shadows, for the host. Shadows, how are you doing on this wonderful Thursday? I saw you made it to Heavensport. What are your thoughts on it? I think so. Oh, wait, why is that? It wasn't even super full screen. That's weird. Well, there are dragons and dinos, that is indeed correct. But I hope you have fun, like, Heavensport for me was one of the most enjoyable parts of the game story. I didn't want to zone there. Yeah. Like, for me, Heavensward, story-wise, is the best expansion. Followed by Stormblood, then Shadowbringers, and then Heavensward, and then Realm Reborn. Realm Reborn being the worst is somewhat excusable because they just didn't have a good start, honestly, because of 1.0. But for what it is, even a Realm Reborn is really good. Shadowbringers, however, has no excuse. I will never stop hating on Shadowbringers. But no spoilers while Shadows is here. I don't want him to be. But Shadows really enjoys the story. When I watch him, he pays great attention to it, so I don't want him to be spoiled. No. To keep it vague, Shadowbringers feels to me like they're appealing to a certain demographic of screechers, I would like to say. It feels like they created characters where everyone was like, oh, I can save him, I can change him. It's like, it doesn't work for me. Also, Shadowbringers is really bad on killing off characters. Like, I don't know. Like, things happen, but things that should happen don't happen, in my opinion. It's just, yeah. But you will get there, and even though I hate on it, I can acknowledge that it's a good part of the game, but it is a downgrade. So, when you're always expecting the game to be at 80-90% quality, Shadowbringers is a 70. That's still good, that's still very good, but it got a bit worse. And that's the point that annoys me a bit. Oh, looking, the game is straight a curve upwards. Everything always looks better depending on where you are. In A Realm Reborn, it's a bit tame. Heavensward adds some amazing like vistas, and Stormblood 2 and Shadowbringers even better. So just from the design aspect, they get better. Just straight up get better. But the quality of content and story went up and then had a little dip in Shadowbringers for me. But everyone sees it a little bit different. Like, there's a few people who say that Shadowbringers is a 10 out of 10, which I will 100% disagree with, because to me a 10 out of 10 means that there's nothing you could potentially make it better with, because a 10 is perfect. A 10 out of 10 is 100%, and at 100% you don't need to change anything. And that's why I say a 10 out of 10 is something that should not be reachable by normal means. Because a 10 is something that you don't need to improve anymore. Where? I'm blinding this. Chamber of... Here we go. Enjoy, Asuka. I'll probably go for like another half an hour. No. Recruit. Yeah, apparently with a static even. I don't think he's just doing a party finder only. But for Endwalker, I have a lot of super high hopes. Like, I hope that they bring back the Deep Dungeon, which is confirmed. Deep Dungeon is really, really fun with like a group that you chill out. Because it gets progressively more difficult. It's basically the extreme version of a dungeon. It's RNG, it's not always the same. It's really fun. Because the problem I have with dungeons is, if I run it once, it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. The second, it's like, let's get to the goal, and after that, it's just like, oh, I don't want to see this anymore. But in a deep dungeon, all the maps are a little bit randomized. They're obviously still basically set pieces, but the monsters are a little bit randomized. There are certain pools it draws from which can spawn. They all have mechanics that are getting challenging. They're not very challenging at the start, but after like a certain cutoff point, the mechanics need to be respected or they will one-shot your group, causing you to reset. And if you die, you go back to the start. So you can't just say whatever, we just entered, if we die we just enter again. No, you go back. And that is something that is good, because it creates this you have to pay attention mode for me. There's also these items that you can use, and if they're used properly, they become very, very powerful. And that changes the skill ceiling and the skill boost level bottom, because a good player can sort these things out faster and better and make more benefit with them. Bärchen? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a good world. And these pommanders make it a lot more enjoyable to play. And I often ask myself, why did I enjoy Bosnia and Eureka so much? Oh. The Luna's a good girl. Very good. And the answer is, because the skill ceiling is lifted up a lot higher than in normal content. So by using my head, I'm able to reach goals that you need more people or more skill for than I would usually have. But because I use my head, I'm using ways to weasel my way through this. The truth is probably I would not win any of the 6 duels in Bosnia. But I can use my head and create a scenario in which I do so much damage that the fight is basically shitting itself and doesn't even know what to do anymore and gives me the win. And those are the things that are incredibly fun for me. Being able to go outside the box, use my head, and get to the goal. Because in the normal game, you do your rotation, and yeah, if you're a good player, you do more damage than a player who is not as used to the game. But the difference is not going to be like massive. For example, in Shadowbringers, I think a tank can now do 13k DPS. So let's say you have a bad one who does 8k. The difference is 4k DPS, which is big. But in Bosnia, the difference can be like 50k difference. From a player who's just pushing buttons and one who plans out strategically. And that difference makes it a lot interesting. I'm not gonna hit the full 50k. But if I get like 40 or 30k more than someone else, that alone is just massive. So even though I don't have the skill to be like number 1, with the boosts that I'm using, I can still be in the higher level. And that for me is why I'm very much enjoying Bosnia and Eureka. Because they have these actions. And these actions can be used in the correct way to get very, very strong effects. And that is something that I immensely enjoy, being able to think outside the box. Not just being limited to my normal combo, which is always 100% static, but to use things that are a little bit more, I wouldn't say random, but skill-based, maybe the right word? I don't know what the right word is, Tim. But yeah, that's why I enjoy Eureka, Ozia, and also by limited amount, because of that reason, Deep Dungeon. Deep Dungeon usually has difficult parts, like in Deep Dungeon there's a Chimera mob, and if it's not either interrupted or you move out of the AoE that doesn't show, it will one-shot even a tank, and it's an AoE, so if it hits everyone, then that's GG. What the fuck is this? This is in here. Like, we did Heaven on High with Asuka, and Asuka missed an interrupt, and our run ended. That doesn't mean that Asuka did a mistake or anything, it's just like, those things happen. And there's an unwritten rule that if an interrupt is missed, then that's not, because they are difficult sometimes. So no one gets mad about that. Asuka did, however, get mad about it himself, which is fine, I would have too. Top or bottom? So I want the Deep Dungeon to return. What else do I want? They're saying that we're going to get a island sanctuary. And the island sanctuary could be something really, really, really good for the game. Because the island sanctuary has potential to get stress off of the housing. As of right now, on well-populated servers, the chance to get a house is really difficult. And not only is it difficult to get a house, if you want a good one, you first need to get a bad one, so you can then go into relocating. Because if you already have a house and you hit relocate, you can bypass the timer. Isn't that mine? Did I blind it? Are we just AoEing? But yeah, the Sanctuary has really good potential. Because in best case, it's going to be an island on which you kind of can use it like housing, where you can play things on the floor. If you played Wildstar, Wildstar had a great idea about housing, where everyone just got a flying island. And you could play things on it. Like, you could place your own jumping puzzles and stuff. The thing is, Wildstar obviously flopped because they didn't put enough care into it, and they made it too difficult for some things. But Wildstar, the 2 weeks that I played, was quite interesting. Everyone got their own housing by default. There was no fighting for it, you just got it. You progress into the story, here's your island, fuck off. Hi Yuki. And that was quite enjoyable, honestly. Because the stress for housing in this game is real. Yeah. Like, I just went into that. I hope that Island Sanctuary will a little bit be like Wildstar's island system. Yeah, Wildstar. I only played it for like 2 weeks and I didn't get into it. Like, I was like, okay, maybe I just don't put enough time into it. Maybe it is a slow burn game where you have to put in time in order to get something out of it. But for me, it wasn't like that. I played my class and it was like something where swords fly down, and I had like a stacking mechanic. I don't remember quite. And then, obviously, it's dead now. But I feel like just because a game died means that everything it did was bad. I don't think so. I feel like a lot of things can be taken from even games that have died that can improve the current ones. To me, Wildstar felt a bit like, you know, all of these free-to-play games that these MMOs like Ragnarok, Play for Fun. It felt a little bit like that. And if I pay subscription, I want something that feels on a different level. So it didn't really do it for me. But I didn't manage to get to end game. Maybe that would have changed my mind. But if the leveling experience is not fun for me, chances are I'm not going to make it to end game. What do you mean, Yuki? So those are three things that I hope that Endwalker changes. I also hope that the Mind Goblin these nuts, Yuki. There you go, got him. Another thing that I hope that Endwalker brings back, changes, or whatever you want to call it. I want them to kill people. And I don't mean like kill Herbert, the side character who was in 2 quests. I want them a little bit, yeah. I want them to kill main characters. It doesn't matter which. Obviously everyone here that knows me a little bit knows which characters I want to die, but it doesn't matter. I want one character to die right at the start, just so they're like, oh shit, stuff can go wrong. Doesn't matter which. And then maybe, yeah, Klaus, fuck that guy. And then maybe later on, I want another one to die. Because Endwalker is going to finish an expansion. And not an expansion. It's going to finish a storyline. And you need... It's so difficult for me to describe this. Think of it like this. Like, in Endwalker, we're very likely fighting things that others would consider gods. And not just, oh my god, it's the god of the Ixali, it's Garuda. No, but we're talking like here on a celestial level, big. And that's a problem that Pokemon well described, but let's get to that later. What do you do after that? What do you do after that? Do you want to go bigger? Like, because that's usually how games progress. You go bigger. You go fishing or take a vacation. That's exactly what I mean. Like, you can't always go bigger. You eventually just need to hit a reset button, I feel. And I'm not quite sure if there even is a reset button at them anymore. Because in order for a reset button, we are known as the Warrior of Light. If we were just a simple adventurer, then... Midgardsormr? Yeah. It's... So, I hope, and it's not possible the way it's structured, because the way Square Enix structures its things is, they give you all the zones by the time you hit level 80. So they can't be like, okay, at level 80 we start a new story, you get sucked into a different world, no one knows you there, and everyone is just way stronger. They can't do that, because we already have all zones at level 9. Dude flexing on his mount? not even rare. So it cannot be that, but but I really hope they find a meaningful way to end the current one and to start a new one. Because it is rather tiring to be always the hero and being like hero on a legendary level always. I mean, what could even be the next problem? Like, who's stupid enough to mess with the Warrior of Light? The Essenes started before we were known as the Warrior of Light. We were just a cause they had to deal with. I mean, there's obviously more with the Essene connection, but that's not really confirmed yet. But I think we all know where it's going. I just wonder how they're going to do that. It's possible, Mimo. Like, people speculated that, I mean, it's been a speculation for a long time, that the way that primals are able to basically mind control humans. That Heidelin is doing that with us. Tempered, that's the word, yeah. That is a very, very legit theory. That we're simply tempered by Heidelin, and all of these things here that happen, that we do, it's basically like, if you know, what's it called? BioShock, the first one. BioShock at one point has this moment where, would you kindly? Where basically, I forgot the entire story. The idea is that if someone says the phrase, would you kindly, that you will do it. But it is made as a minor point before that. It's always like, hey, would you kindly do that? Would you kindly do that? Would you kindly do that? And the protagonist always does it. And at one point, it becomes this thing where it becomes clear that it's not just a saying, but a mind control. Every time he said, would you kindly, you are forced to do that. And he's like, oh, would you kindly just kill yourself now? Or something to that extent. And yeah. And I'm not gonna give a spoiler warning for BioShock, Emo. BioShock is like 15 years old or older. But yeah. And I feel like this game might just pull that on you. Like, you think that all the things that you're doing right now is because you want to. But they very well could be like, hey, Heidelin just told you that it's a good idea. And without you knowing it, you did it. And it's not like all of the tempered things are like bloodthirsty, mindless warriors. Like, the snake ladies have shown this. Like, that they are still able to make plans. When they basically summoned Lakshmi in the palace. Because that's not just zombie hit door. They found a way, while being tempered, to get in there, have the means to summon her, and do it. So it's not just turned into zombies. They clearly have, like, they can still either think through the primal and do what the primal wants, or have a mind still to think things through. Changing? God damn it, I've been in this place again. Because I keep... Need to go here instead. What else do I want for Endwalker? I want Square Enix to address the problem with 3 companies. 3 companies are basically our biggest social aspect of the game for most people. But Square Enix has done nothing to improve on it. It is almost insulting when they added the new ranks for 3 companies. They went from level 8 to level 30, which is like, oh, you were level 8. Now you can go to level 30. It's like almost 4 times better. The problem was the rewards for that were so piss fucking poor, and I can't even describe it any other way. Like, they enabled you to store more inactive actions, which is about as useful as saving you a trip once a week for 1 person of the entire FC. Do you think that is a real reward? Or is that just a band-aid that they stuck on it? Because it is just a band-aid thing. Yeah, 8 is smaller than 30, and it is like 4 times higher almost. Cool. But it's worthless. All of the things that they gave us. Okay, the 2 the boxes increase. We got 2 more entire boxes in the FC chest. Welcomed, but doesn't do anything realistically. What Square Enix needs to do is find a meaningful way for FCs to spend their millions of credits. We're sitting right now on 75 million credits. Maybe 76 million. And what can I do with them? I can buy tanks. Cool. I can turn tanks into money. That's legit. What is the problem? I can buy 99 at a time. And most of the time people ask to buy like 20,000 or something like that. Because you buy these in bulk. If I buy 20,000 tanks, I basically sabotage the FC chat for like half an hour. Like, okay, cool. And then I get like 3 million for it. I'm like, okay. Was it worth it? Maybe. Why is there not options that cost like millions of points? Why can't I say, if I sacrifice 20 million points, I can have a 3rd FC action slot? Why can I not buy a charge wheel, which is used for level 3 actions, that gives me 1 level 3 per day? Because as of right now, you can make a level 3 every 3rd day, I think. Why can I not use my points to get my FC members something back? We gather these points as a group, yet I have no meaningful way to give back things. Why are there not mounts that can only be obtained with FC credits, that I can give out at events? Why are there not minions? Why are there not special treasure maps? Why can't I buy upgrades for the house with millions of points? The thing is, I don't need all of this, but give me something. But we're simply not getting anything. That's another thing that I want for Endwalker. The next thing that I want for Endwalker is the relic quest should start at like 6.1. Because the relic quest realistically is the point where people who are done with the current stuff can burn their time. This time the relic quest was like at 5.4 or something. So people spent like a year without like having a major grind thing. And I don't get it why. Probably because Bosnia wasn't ready. But then again, Bosnia isn't even directly connected to the relic. Because all the things that you can do to get the relics, you can do outside. It's just mind-boggling, honestly. So, the thing with COVID. And yes, that is a reason. Obviously, when COVID happened, you were to be expected delays. But everyone has to prepare themselves. Like, for example, our company had this too. But within like 2 or 3 months, everyone was able to do their entire job from home. Not as efficient, but they were able to do it. And that's what I think you can forgive them a little bit. Like those, which matches exactly with the delay that Endwalker had. Because Endwalker was technically scheduled for summer, but now arrives in autumn. Well, very late autumn. Or is it even the winter? So it's these 3 months later. So the delay happened there. But the relic was like half a year too late. So it doesn't match. You can't always say, oh, it's because of COVID. COVID is bad, yes, but you had to adapt to it. Because if you don't adapt to it, then it's also the fault of the company. And we're not talking about a company that creates a physical product. What Square Enix produces is it's not a thing. They offer a service. And this service has no contact points. So another thing that I want for End, I really hope that we get, and this is not gonna happen, classes that feel different from each other. And this is a problem that tanks have. Mostly. Dark Knight and Paladin are basically the same. Dark Knight and Warrior, sorry. Fucking Delirium and Inner Release is basically the same thing. Okay, Dark Knight can summon a clone. Nice. But the basic idea is build 50 gauge, do your thingy, wait till you have your thingy up that lets you spend it for free, spam it. Gunbreaker at least has his separate combo, and Paladin has a magic combo. But Warrior and Dark Knight, they're basically the same. But that's another thing, Nemo. Like, Blackest Night is basically not as good, but it's the equivalent of what are they called? Sheltron, Heart of Stone. Is the Warrior one called? No one uses the Warrior one because it's tied to the healing one. What was it called? Inner instinct? Something instinct. These things are all the same. You have your tank buster mitigation one, like Darkest Night, Heart of Stone, Sheltron. Then you have your Rampart, which shares by all anyway. Then you have a 30% one, who's also basically the same, just looks different. Then you have your Death reset. Well, not reset, the one where you can neglect it. And that one feels a bit different for the classes, but what it comes down to is Warrior, Dark Knight, and Gunbreaker, Benediction. Whatever. Done. It is. That is exactly what it is, Mimo. All of them have at least one AoE buff for the group, which is Shake It Off, Dark Missionary, Heart of Light, and Divine Veil. And I understand why they do it, because in this game, balance is basically everything. If you had a job that had more of these skills than another, people would be like, well, I want to be the one that has the best. It is very goal-oriented by now. So the only true balance that we can hit is by making everything the fucking same. That's just... I wish we had personality. I wish there were more tanking styles. For example, many games have a blink tank, which is a tank by evasion. But you can't add that, of course. We don't even have an evasion status. Evasion is based on level in this game. If a monster with the same level as you attacks you, it will hit you. If you attack it, it will hit you. You will hit it. If there's like a 2-level difference, the lower one will have a mischance. That is how evasion works in this game. There are obviously some effects like blind, accuracy down, but they need to change Warrior's heal. Or take Dark Knights away again and put Dark Knight on something else. Because they're virtually the same. They're both doing their combo in order to get 50 gauge, in order to spam their Blood Spiller Fellcleave. And that's just... And that's obviously not the only part about it. But Warrior has a very, very limited toolkit by default. Warriors of Global 1 are limited to a rush that you only use during inner release. And basically hitting him with a fist all 30 seconds. Dark Knight, on the other hand, has a lot of off-global things, so you have things that you have to micromanage. Warrior doesn't even have that. Warrior just feels lame right now. I feel like Summoner is too complicated for many, because while most classes have an opener of about 30 seconds and then go into a priority system to the next burst phase, Summoner's rotation is 2 minutes long. And I feel like Summoner, if you know what you do, is a lot of fun. But the skill that you need to learn it scares away a lot of people. And the one who just are like, oh, I like summoning thing, often just click random buttons and then don't do anything. I also heard rumors that there is a chance that they're getting rid of pets. and basically integrate that into the playstyle of the job. Which, to be fair, does make sense. Because what do I even need EOS for? She uses a couple AoEs and that's it. Just give me that straight into my toolkit as an off global and I'll be happier. Because the command delay that pets have is absolute bullshit. You give your pet a skill that it should do. And then it just chills for like 3 seconds and is like, yeah, I should do that. And then it uses it. And it's like, I don't want that delay. That is so unnatural to have that delay there that it feels clunky. Just make her hover like over my shoulder, and if I press that button, she just does a wee animation and it goes off. She doesn't need to be in the battle. And I watched a summoner guide about Bahamut and Phoenix Phase. And it's so funny. And it explains all the problems that the pets have. From not queuing their attacks properly, or if you attack in the wrong animation, then they lose an attack. If they move, they lose an attack. So it's crazy how backwards the pet system is for these jobs. And considering it doesn't even matter which pet I'm using as a summoner, scholar, I don't care. Just remove it. I don't need that flying fairy. Oh, you meant minions. No, minions are not removed. Why would they? They make money with that. Real money. It's on Box Station. But yeah, like, I can definitely see that happening. That pets get yeeted. And I hope that they stop with their normal scheme of everything. I can only really tell you, Dungeon at 81, Dungeon at 83, Trial at about 83, Dungeon at 85, Dungeon at 87, probably Trial at 87, Dungeon at 89, Dungeon at 90, Trial at 90, 2 dungeons at level 90. I don't know if change is the right word. I just feel like I do love it. That's why I am like that. If I didn't love it, I'd be like, whatever the fuck, I'll play it, I'll have fun, it's okay. But I'm so passionate about this that it just pisses me off that it's always the same. It's going to be 7-ish trials, maybe 8 if we're lucky. It's going to be 3 24-man raids. It's going to be 12 of the other raids, split into 3 sections of 4, and there's going to be an ultimate. How is it possible that I know the entire basic idea of content that we get already? Shouldn't it be like, oh, I wonder what's coming? Ah! Because it's always the same. Why? I can already tell at which point, like at 5.1, the first raid comes out, together with a new increase of cresting and the new tomes. At 5.2, the first 24-man raid comes out, which will then be the catch-up patch for the people who don't raid. At 5.3, the next raid comes out with more crafting materials. Yeah, but the level design is only interesting the first time, you know. You need something else to carry it. Or do you wake up in the morning and tell yourself, Montoya's dungeon is a fun dungeon. Let's do that. Like, no one does that. You run it once, it's going to be really fun, and you do it. Yeah, because Deep Dungeon is a bit random. Also, I just noticed I'm in the entire darkness. Hello. Darkness, my old friend. But this randomness doesn't happen for the normal dungeon. There's this fish dungeon at level 80 where you ride on bootleg Bismarck. And I hate it. Because it forces me to single pull the first section. If I'm in a dungeon, there's one goal that I have. It's the exit as fast as possible. Yeah, not it. And there can be fun in that even, in trying to get there as fast as possible. And doing big pulls. There's a lot of fun in that. But I'm not a person who does expert roulette every day. Also, I need to turn on the light. Because expert roulette suffers from a very big problem. Because there's fucking two of them. And by proxy, one of them will be more common, which is usually delayed. So if I do expert roulette right now, there is probably... I'll get Palgarathum, whatever it's called, 5 out of 7 times. And the other 2 times it's... Is it Matoya's? The one after. The one before. And if you ask me at the beginning of the week if I wanted to run Pal 5 times, the answer is no. I wish they would allow you to change these roulettes. These roulettes are a great idea. Because these roulettes basically ensure that there's always a player who's around if you do something that yeah, I mean that's fine, but it's not meaningful. These roulettes ensure that there's people. Like when I'm doing Ramu right now, who the fuck would do Ramu if not for what? Why is the expert only the last 2? Why can't we just integrate all level 80 dungeons in? If there was more and a bigger pool it could draw from, maybe I'd do it. But I can't. I cannot do the same dungeon every day of the week. It's just that just burns my head. It's a bit of a ranty stream today, isn't it? But yeah, I'm only like this because I'm passionate about it. I want it to succeed. I want it to be the best game it can be. Because I've already invested so much time in it and all my friends are playing this game. We're all in one FC. I want this to be awesome. I want to go to an NPC and trade like millions of FC credits and be like, guys, go wild. Here, have some new mounts. Let's have a glamour contest. If you win, you get a mount. There's no such thing, sadly. The problem is, even if they added it now, they have waited for so long that a lot of FCs have piled up so many credits that even if the mount was 1 million and you could sell it on the price would drop to like 5k. Maybe not 5k, like that's a bit but it's They need a way to wash out all of the credits. And then give them value. They cannot do that. Instead we get band-aid fixes. Just a bit sad, honestly. But you know what, guys? Just ranting to myself and just talking to you guys just helps me like filter my own thoughts and just get through this monotonous A Realm Reborn aftermath, shall we call. Because this is... it's okay. Not very exciting. Oi, why you? Well, I guess we AoE. But yeah, I think those are the big things that I want for Warfare. There's one thing I hope that doesn't happen. And that is the Xenos Redemption arc. The mini Xenos Redemption arc. Where, you know, like, the two heroes fighting each other and then realizing there's a bigger problem and then they team up against that thing. It's a trope, and I hope they're not going for that. What is that idea? Is it a podcast? Is it ranting about Final Fantasy? No one would watch that, realistically. Well, what are you thinking? Tell us more. You would? And Ellie too, then we have 2 watchers already, let's go. Or maybe Mer's just drawing furry porn on Twitch. Probably. Oh god, Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. The problem with that is... yikes. That is a lot of time. Like, you would probably be looking at 30 streams of like 2 hours. And that is a problem that I have with many things, like, especially for streaming. The longer a game gets, the more likely I am to just be like, I don't want it anymore. Which is what happened to Final Fantasy XII for me. It's just like, can't, no, want something new. Which is also why I'm not going to play Persona, because there's no way in hell I'd finish that game. The only way I'd play Persona is if I'd play it on my own, but even then, that chances... Oh, Snowcloak is minimalistic at best. And that's fine, Mimo. Not everyone needs to play every game. I feel like everyone should play the original Subnautica. I feel like that is a story told minimalistically, but in a way that's extremely powerful. But I'm not gonna be going around and be like, play Subnautica, you little shit. I like that. But the problem is Final Fantasy XI as it is now. I don't know if it's the same. But Final Fantasy XI had so much death that it's crazy. How many do we have? Oh, not much at all. What's our weakest? Probably get the body. Oh, yeah, that's the. We'll just get the. 110. Oh, seems good, right? Ooh, 11 minutes? Ugh. Final Fantasy XI managed to tell a story in a way that you were not just. You weren't. It was a side story, basically, always. So you weren't the hero of something. No, no, no. You journeyed into a land and helped the people there. But in the normal world, you were just an adventurer. And that left you with so many options on what you could do in the story. But here, we are the warrior of light. Even if we go to a different place, we are the warrior of light. There is no starting from scratch. For example, in Final Fantasy XI, you had Treasures of Art Organ, which was like a Middle Eastern type of world with tropical jungles mixed into it. And you arrive there and you're basically like, so I'm here, and you stumble into the quest line and they recruit you as a mercenary, but you start from the minimum. Like, and even the money that you earn there, they're basically taking all from you. They're like, oh, this is just for your debt that you have with us. And that could not work in this game. It couldn't. For a second I thought I didn't have tank stance on. It's a very chill dungeon, yeah. And I like the second boss, because the second boss is... You have to use your head a little bit. Not much. I like the black mage is teleporting to me. He's gonna save like 2 steps. Open up, Dragoon. Yeah, easy peasy. The next pole is probably the scariest in this dungeon. I don't know if I want to do a big one, considering I don't trust this healer. Let's try it. Shouldn't. I really shouldn't. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. Maybe? Maybe this? No, it's not. It's not. I shouldn't have. Shouldn't have done it. Just reset. Yeah. Well, not on this level anymore. I mean, that's usually the way I would pull this, but it's okay. This is still like early for some people. Yeah, it's not level 80. Let's just do this. I don't trust her, like even with this small pulling. I can. Okay then, okay. Oh, it's fine, it's fine. Like, we all start somewhere. I will never fault a healer at this level for doing anything. It's just what it is, it's learning process. Oh. Part of me really wants to run into the next pack, but let's just stick with it. Like, please. I don't know, am I squishy? Shouldn't be. I'm a Lalaf. Let's blame it on that. So, where the bunny's at? Over there. Hope you guys are ready to evade that. Okay. We are killing the ads, apparently. Okay. Okay, got 2. Someone could kick the big one, that'd be amazing. Please don't attack from this side. Oh no. No! You have to do it from the correct side. I'll just do it myself. And there was the auto attack. Fuck. Okay. This is rough. This is rough. Stop killing them, please! No one is a sprout, I don't get it! This isn't... Well, remember when I said you have to use your head a little bit on this one? Yes. Kill that one, guys. Yeah, it's enough. Whatever. Can't do this as a tank. Okay, I'm getting to the point where I'm getting frustrated with myself now. Water sounds good. I'll do it after the dungeon. These elements don't even attack. They just explode. Doesn't matter if you tank them or not. I'll just drink now. It's just 1 and 2 anyway. Nah, a pro wouldn't have get hit by that body slam thing while putting down the bottle. I'm 110, that's fine for this dungeon. Okay, that worked out at least. But yeah, after this dungeon, I will yeet. If you know anyone we can raid, you can already let me know. So I'll just finger the apost myself. Ellie should stream Deponia. I wonder how many people are going to do the raw thingy. Where are my points going to poison? Whoa, whoa, whoa! What the fuck? What poison? I need a bit more context, Ellie. Do you have a weather effect? Is it too cold for them? It says poison. What is the weather right now? It should stay on the right side. Oh, this is unfortunate. But the door rings.
Oh boy.
Oh, fucking legend. Did you guys see me do that? Oh my god. When you log back in, show me. I can probably tell you why. I'll give it to Dragoon. The healer was probably pissed at me anyway. And to be fair, my performance on the last one wasn't that great. But I managed to go to the door, open it, come back, and avoid Lunar Cry. That was good. Anyway, my boys, with this we're done. So I'm just gonna straight log out.